sun in my morning and my sky above.
Good morning, just about 7:15. The gardening season has arrived. We are outside, the sun is shining. Carla Hrycyna from St. Mary's Nursery joining us this morning to kick off a new segment here on BT called Green Thumb. Every single week we're going to bring in the experts like Carla to show you and let you know what you need to do to make sure your garden is growing, first of all, stays alive, and becomes the envy of all your neighbors.
Oh, it is. There's so much right now to sort of get out into the garden centers. The May long weekend is usually the transition where we're going, let's get in the garden and let's get things going. So what I brought you today is a collection and sort of demystify perennials and annuals, because there's such a diverse range of it. And I tried to bring as much as I can, but there's just so much to show you. So there's traditionally your annuals, which give you the flower power. That's going to give you your sustainability of flower and color, and it's your choices. Like, there is such a range of color now that's happening. It's not just solid colors with reds and yellows. If you look at some of the petunias that we've got, there's a little play on the veining and the color and transition of tones. But then when you're flowed into some of the perennials is the one that sort of people don't have a real clear understanding of. Perennials, well, they come back year after year, whereas if we get a really hard frost in September, October, your annuals are basically done.
Right.
Done.
Okay.
But when you get into some of the perennials, and this is where, just like annuals, you have perennials for the shade and you have perennials for the sun. Shade lovers, hostas, beautiful textured ones, because in the shade it's hard to go. In the annual department, you would probably pair that with some impatiens. And I know you were looking for some impatiens for your garden because you said you were mostly shade, right? Right. That's in there. But now there's a new impatient that's out there for the shade, and it's called a sun patient. So this is meant for the sun. It grows beautiful. And look, I don't know if you guys can capture that, but it almost looks like it has that iridescence to the color of the flower.
Like glitter in it almost.
It's got glitter. It's beautiful.
A little bling in your backyard.
Yeah. And you know what? People love flowers. They'll be taking pictures like crazy of this. But when we go into the perennial department, there's certain things that people have to look for. And they're either coming in and saying, I have something that I need for sun, or I need shade. Help me.
It's hard to choose, and you need to know the conditions too.
Yeah, because then you need to know, okay, if I have a sunny location, it may have a low-lying area that has moisture in it, or it may be an area that is very, very dry and rocky. So dry and rocky means that we would steer you to something that has a little bit more of a succulent base to it. Oh. That's on it. This one here is a sedum xenox. But again, no, the flower hasn't crested on this yet because it blooms late fall. But look at the color tone of the burgundy foliage. And then you can play off of that. So this one will bloom later too. That's, you know what, there's so much to tell about perennials, because some perennials, annuals go all summer. Okay. You're gonna see flowers all summer. Where when you transition to perennials have a window of opening of when they're gonna bloom and when they're not gonna bloom.
So that would be why you want your annuals, because some say, well, why do I want to have to plant every year? Because that's your flower power.
Yes. So if I wanted to have this in a nice sunny location that's on it with lots of rock, I may take my xenox, and if I slide this into here, look at how beautiful it would go with this petunia. Yeah, perfect. That's in there. So it gives you that little color tone. And again, irises that are in there. The new funky thing that's happening is grasses. Yes. Low maintenance. So now we're into a different aspect of gardening. How much labor do I want to put into it? Do I want to, where I have to do a little bit of deadheading to encourage more blooming? Or do I want to go into a garden that has grasses? And these grasses, this one is funky, it's colorful, it's bright. So if you have an area that maybe gets a little bit more shade that's in it, you can punch in some color by using your grasses. And I think everyone kind of looks at this grass that's in here. Carl Forster grass, so reminiscent of the prairies. It goes our height, and it has wheat sheath stalks on it, and it stays very linear. So you can play off of some of your perennials to give you some design element as well.
Well, this is something you really do want to put some thought into, and you want to make stuff go together, and you want to make sure it's the right conditions for your yard. So you want to see people like Carla at St. Mary's Nursery. They can help you out. You have a design team.
We have a design team, and if you don't want to get your hands dirty, we actually will install for you.
How about that? You can have a beautiful garden and not even get your hands dirty. Well, we look forward to having you back next week for our next Green Thumb segment. Right now we're taking a quick break here on BT. Stay with us.
BT's Green Thumb, brought to you by St. Mary's Nursery, every Wednesday morning on Breakfast Television.